Sitting and listening this evening, I was struck by the thought, how can one speak to talking back to hate without first acknowledging the love that is in this room, the love that has been expressed this evening, and the beauty of what we have just experienced. If I heard Cantor Fran Burgess correctly, and I understood what she said, when she was describing the blessing of the wine at the Shabbat, she said this is not so much a sanctification of elements as much as a blessing for the moment that God has brought joy into our existence. To all of those who have performed this evening and to those who will come, you have brought joy into our existence. You have shared with us the most sacred that you have. And I know that even among your own faith traditions, when you hear the music that you sung, it brings out a nostalgia and a connection. But tonight, we shared that with one another. And thank you so much for that gift. I'm Michael Pappas. I'm the Executive Director of the San Francisco Interfaith Council and a member of the United Religions Global Council. The San Francisco Interfaith Council is a cooperation circle of United Religions Initiative and a co-sponsor of this event. As I was sitting on the other side of the aisle tonight, I said I would be really remiss if I did not acknowledge all of the interfaith heroes in this room, so many who are working for interfaith understanding. But in particular, I would like to acknowledge my friend Rita Semmel, who has been a pioneer and the mother of interfaith in our city, and somebody who has been a founder of so many interfaith institutions. Rita, please stand. And I'm also so thrilled with us tonight is Maggie Henderson, the new chair of our council. Maggie, please rise. For some of you, this is going to be your first exposure to the United Religions Initiative, which we affectionately call URI. URI is the global grassroots interfaith network that cultivates peace and justice by engaging people to bridge religious and cultural differences and work together for the good of their communities and the world. The purpose, simply stated, is to promote daily, enduring interfaith cooperation, to end religiously motivated violence, build cultures of peace, justice, and healing for the earth and all living beings. Currently, we work through the efforts of over 600 cooperation circles in 86 countries, and they say there's no such thing as miracles. Cooperation circles are engaged in community development and grassroots work, such as peace-building programs, a women's initiative, a young leaders program, and an indigenous peoples initiative, and so much more. Tonight's gathering brings us together to participate in the International Day of Peace. In 1981, the United Nations General Assembly, by unanimous vote, adopted Resolution 3667, establishing the International Day of Peace. And simply, the intent was this: to devote a specific time to concentrate the efforts of the United Nations and its member states, as well as the whole of mankind, to promoting the ideals of peace and to giving positive evidence of their commitment to peace in all viable ways. The first Peace Day was celebrated in September of 1982. In 2002, the United Nations General Assembly declared September 21st as the permanent annual date for the the International Day of Peace. This year, the theme of International Peace Day is Education for Peace. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon writes, education has to cultivate mutual respect for others and the world in which we live and help forge more just, inclusive, and peaceful societies. The United Religions Initiative is registered as a non-governmental organization with the UN Department of Public Information. And cooperation circles of URI have taken the opportunity to organize local events to commemorate the International Day of Peace every year for the past decade. Today, we observe the International Day of Peace with this beautiful concert. We at URI and the San Francisco Interfaith Council and all of the other interfaith councils in our region are shining a light on our Talking Back to Hate campaign. You've heard a little bit about it. I'm just going to share a little bit more about it. Talking Back to Hate is the United Religion Initiative's global campaign to counteract hate speech, bullying, and discrimination through education, advocacy, and positive action. Just as violence begins with hate speech, peace and understanding begin with open, respectful dialogue. The purpose of Talking Back to Hate is the following. First, it's to raise awareness, both nationally and globally, about hate speech, bullying, and discrimination on the basis of religious or ethnic identity, race, orientation, gender, or even ability. Second, it's to educate global citizens about actions they can take to respond to hate speech and discrimination. Third, it's to inspire hope with compelling stories of extraordinary actions ordinary people have taken to respond to hate speech and discrimination. And finally, it's to encourage people to take action by identifying specific, credible actions they can do. 28 partner organizations and very prominent ambassadors have joined as partners in this effort. We've created a web platform where our campaign supporters can do the following. First, access recent information and news about hate speech, discrimination and bullying, and a toolkit of resources for how to take action to counteract these in one's own community or school. Second, simply signing our global pledge. Third, to share our own stories and personal experiences of hate speech and bullying and how they overcame them. And finally, to commit to a concrete action as part of our expression of the International Day of Peace. This evening, we'd like to invite you to participate in the Talking Back to Hate campaign. First, you couldn't miss it because you had to pass right by it going in, and you're going to have to pass it on your way out. Please visit our booth and sign up for the campaign. Sign up by signing the Global Pledge. By doing this, you will receive weekly email updates about the campaign, featured stories, resources, and inspirational texts. You can also take a photo stating your commitment to Talking Back to Hate that will be added to the Tumblr page. Or, like the Interfaith Council here in San Francisco with its over 3,000 e-subscribers, we shared this website with our subscribers and gave them an opportunity to sign on. You can do the same. So please, once again, stop by the Talking Back to Hate table at the entrance for more information. Again, we thank you for coming here. We thank all of those who have performed. We hope that your evening is going to bring back special memories of this snapshot of blessings that we've all experienced. The next performers are from a very, very special congregation, Providence Baptist Church. As many of you know, our country just celebrated the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington and Dr. King's very, very moving and historic I Have a Dream speech. Tonight we are very blessed to have with us a choir which is going to give life to that and to remind us of that very sacred heritage of their tradition.